Rikers Island, Latin Kings, Bloods, Nietas, gangs. Today we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more here on the Lockout. We also going to talk about when I got robbed for my money while I was on the phone. The phones on Rikers Island always bring a lot of problems. I was there for both occasions, or for both, like when it was like you was able to wear your regular clothes and the phones were straight out. So it was hell on earth. It was like a horror movie for some people. And in those times on the island, if you wasn't calling past 6 o'clock in the majority of houses, in some houses 5, you had to, depend on where you land at, it was considered like you was a nobody. So ladies, if your man wasn't calling after 6, he wasn't like that. And that's like how everybody took it. Like I used to ask people, like, did he ever call you after 6? And in my head, that's how I figured, like, oh, he really wasn't making no noise like that. But there was people that were not into the phone. Leave in the comments, do you think some people be like, I'm not into the phones like that because they don't want no problems, like they buns, or because they really have no one to call? It could work both ways. I have 2 questions for you guys to leave in the comment section. Let's just get to what I'm trying to tell you here first, right? About Rikers Island, my situation with the phone, how I got robbed for money that some of it wasn't even mine. We was trying to make a move from inside the jail. So like every other time, I get sentenced and I get sent to HDM. I'm in 1A. While I was at HDM, otherwise known as the House of Dangerous Men, I only went to 2 houses. I was in 1A and 1B, the 2 most dangerous houses in HDM at the time, or perceived to be one of the most dangerous. Is definitely in that line. And we was away from like everybody because we was considered like the pop off of the pop off. So was 3 Block and a few other blocks. HDM was like exactly what it stand for at that time, or the unofficial name that it was given, right? So I'm in HDM. Latin Kings is around, Bloods, everybody. This time the Bloods was starting to like grow hard, but they was getting like big, right? Like you could tell they was trying to start pushing their weight around, right? uh Dudes were walking around with chains with a bone on it. I told you guys about the dude, Mitch. I forgot his full name because I'm not into people's name, but I seen it real brief. But his name was Sunshine from Staten Island. And I seen them like real brief pop up when all this was going on with Corey King and all that. And it's so ironic, right? Because in my head, when all this was popping up and the Bloods also started telling their Rikers Island stories, right? Uh, uh, I was always thinking in my head, I wonder what happened to that dude, because respectfully to him, I always remembered him because we didn't get like, he wasn't my buddy, he wasn't my friend, but he was in my house. And he will always rap. Like one of those dudes that rap and respect, like they annoying, right? But you feel like he's talking to you and he's like, I'll break you up, try to play me, boy, I'll sun you up, whatever, right? I'm just saying. And you like, you trying to throw him direct. So he will always do that. And people be like, nah, he's like that, Walt, but he was young. That's why I remember he was like, I think, I'm not sure if he just had became adult or why, but I remember him young. And he stood out to me because when I went inside 1A, pop, from the muscle, I remember him, the only blood out of everybody. He had a red rope with a bone on it, like a chicken bone, but a dog bone. you knew like ese tipo sangre, papi. You know what I'm saying? Like the Spanish dudes, you automatically knew like he's blood, right? He stood out for more the rest, and he had like I said, little freckles, right? And I got a friend, ironically, another blood that I just posted a picture of him and me outside in the Bronx in the live stream that I did talking about 6ix9ine, right? And the NFTs or whatever is there. My last live stream uh from the Bronx in 161. And they kind of sort of like look alike. I always wonder like if they was brothers, like if you know how people be like you have a twin somewhere. So that's how I feel about them two. But ironically, he popped up, bang, the time that was going on with the Bloods, and he did have something to say. And I said, it's true in life what they say, like you caught situations and people with your mind. Cause I was always saying when all that was going on with the Bloods, I was like, I wonder where this dude is at today. He gotta still be alive. Cause you could tell he was a smart individual. You know, like he wasn't dumb. Like some people are dumb. And I remember him in 1A, and there was a CK there, if I'm not mistaken, okay, that slept upstairs with the same little cut, chubby, and I was always wondering, was it that CK? You feel me? Or did I have even the name right, CK? Because I think it could have been K. I remember because I used to. That's the blood dude that I used to always talk to. Uh, 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 you know, and I was just thinking because so many years passed by, people look different, right? They even sound different or whatever, but whatever. That was always on my mind. He did pop up, bang, and he said something. Then I seen him. He looks like just a little older. Like you could tell, like he grew up a lot. And good for him. Anyway, I say all that to say you knew they was there because of situations like that when before they wasn't coming out with bees or bones or nothing. They was hiding. Like you couldn't say you was blood. Like everybody knows that, respectfully. In the 90s, when they was coming up, that's what it was. You blood? Nah, bro. You crazy? I'm Muslim, bro. Or I'm 5%er, bro. Right? And you know, we telling a story like everybody else. So I'm an HDM and we making moves, right? Because people used to be like, uh, they weren't produce. You're not producing. Why you touching that jack for? We was on it like that. So of course, respect. There was a King's phone. There was a Blood phone. If I'm not mistaken, you can leave in the comments if you remember. In HDM, I'm picturing in my head. If I remember well, 3 jacks, pop, pop, pop. 3 at one point. Well, in 1A, if I remember good, pop, pop, pop. Yeah, it was one was always broken, but if I'm not mistaken, there was 3, and then the gate, and there's that uh little stair thing that you could go up, and the sink is there, but you could talk to the dudes across. Anyway, you gotta be there, like kind of. So we making moves to the outside world to get in the mother load. Bang! Now, for those of you that don't know, the mother load on Rikers Island is when somebody's getting contraband, like something you're not supposed to have, whether it be drugs, uh, uh, uh. But in this case, we was getting cannabis and the dog food. You know about that, right? Because it's always something that's sold so much in jail, and it's no secret. I was known for always getting the dog food, and drugs is always power on Rikers Island or up north. I didn't need it to have the power, but I always had it, right? Because I'm from New York. So check it out. I'm on the island in HDM. Uh, the beds at that time. Now, this is not like a dorm, like where the beds all over the place. You feel me? And you can see the empty beds. And like, this is cells at that time on Rikers Island, right? So we on the bottom tier, and the cells are right there, right? The first one I think is a sink. The and the sell, whatever, right? Uh, and the phones, so it's right there. So people could be chilling like by themselves, even though it's real loud, but dudes could be like looking. So you always want to cover like whatever you're doing on the phone, right? I'm trying to remember it to the best of my ability. Uh, but in this particular case, you always trust your own people. So another king comes behind me, boom, and we talking, and we making the moves like together. We trying to put our heads together to make the move for the visit because my girl is bringing up the mother load, right? The things we put our peoples through is like all about us at that moment. Like we already locked up, and we still putting our people through crazy stuff. But let's get to it, right? Uh, Now, Western Union is not a secret. Everybody knows that on the island, what you do is uh, the people put the money in Western Union, but with no ID pickup with a code, right? A tracking number or security question or just a code. Like, for example, 360, 180, right? Or you could just say Jeff, whatever you want to say, right? Uh, uh, uh. But ironically, I used the code 365 if I'm not mistaken for some reason. I wanted to change from the 360 because I was using 360 a lot. So it was so simple, the code, like the what's your favorite number? And the person will answer 360 and the money's theirs. That's how Western Union was always working at that time. So if God forgive me, but I think I was right. You know what I'm saying? But he was the only one that played me that close. That was like, "What's up, bro? You good?" And there was a lot of things happening with him already at that time. And this is how your own people, when it comes to money and all that, it don't matter, especially in dumb circumstances. So if you're the type of individual that just believes like, no, these are my people, they'll never do nothing wrong to me. Whatever you involved in, I got news for you, buddy. That's not facts. There's a lot of good people and everything, but you always need to keep your eyes open for them bad apples, because there's a lot of them, you heard? And a few of them messes up the whole batch, right? So could you believe that my girl goes there to get the money and they're like, somebody picked it up already? She's like, yo, it's not there. And now I can see that if it was sent by somebody that was new and never sent the money, but this individual, I was doing business with them for a minute on the island and in a lot of places. And I even knew them from the street, as a matter of fact. Facts. So uh uh they were like people of their word, and never the money was always there. So out of all days, for a lesser amount of money, why wouldn't it be there? Unless he went so bad that he got high that bad that bottom line was that I started thinking, like, wow, I'm gonna look stupid. I can't look stupid. My name is Warpath. I'm in there like, holy snap, Sean. This got me. Now I'm looking at him like, I'm looking at him all crazy, you heard? Like I don't know what to do. But I'm thinking like, should I just pop? But then I'm really not gonna get the. You see, you gotta use your brains in this situation because, again, I always try to as humble as I can be, because I could come off across as I'm trying to act tough, and that's not what we're doing here, right? This is something that really happened in my life, and I'm sharing it with the world. And at times, I try to be super humble about it. And in fact, I tone down the stories so they don't seem so crazy, because they are really insane that at times could be unbelievable to somebody that wasn't there, right? Or they've never experienced that. Or that you think you so big and tall and tough that you like this little dude. Yeah, bro, yeah. Yeah. In fact, on the island and upstate prisons in New York, everywhere, it be this little dude, smaller than me, like this. Facts. And you can ask any of these dudes that been to the island. Oh, I'm lying? What about little 50 Cent? Huh? When I met him, I was happy. Cause I'm like, holy snap, somebody smaller than me, baby, is lit. So anyway, uh, I guess I never been afraid of nobody. Even though I'm not the smallest dude, I'm just like perfect. But I look at big dudes like honestly, like buns. Respectfully. That's just I guess I was taught never be afraid of nobody. Like no man. So I guess I don't even mean that, because you might take it personal, like I'm talking to you personally, how these dudes are. But yeah, like, come on, my dude, you serious? Like you ain't ready, right? So anyway, we on the island. The money's not there. I'm looking at everybody weird. At this point, I'm even questioning my girl's loyalty. Like, yo, you sure it's not there? Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, bro. You fucking crazy. Huh? Why you saying? Holy snap. You can't be hanging up like that. This is Rikers, baby. Like, holy snap, right? So thank God that we had the phone. You feel me? But still, um, was the phone straight out at this time or was it click already? I think it was click. To be honest, I don't even really remember, but it don't matter because click or straight out, I always was talking. Whether it was slot or whether I had the phone, it's a rap. I don't play that. I'm coming for that jack. Whoever's been with me and says any different is lying. Facts. They clout chasing. Don't you think somebody would have said it already? I've been saying that for almost 12 years on these platforms. Facts. The only dude that stepped up that said that he dared talk, besides the people that's on my channel that been with me up north and King Korea, King Van, some of the Bloods or whatever, was the dude that said, oh, he wasn't even with us on the island. He was with the blacks. Because he was hating. But why you didn't talk about that, Jack? Were you calling? And why you didn't tell me that in my face if you felt like that, Bobby, right? So yeah, anyway, that's that. I'm done with that. I'm just trying to show a point, right? But I have nothing against homeboy, you heard? Hopefully he'll make it through all this that's going on in the world and God will continue to bless him. You heard? Facts. On some Kevin Gates. Facts, right? So they took my money, B. Now I'm feeling like a bird. But I couldn't blame nobody. Cause you gotta have facts, right? He wasn't like right next to me, but I remember when I said it, these dudes are so nice that they read lips. Cause this is what they do. They sit behind the phone, and that's why I never let nobody play me close. After that, I always was like, yo, bro, cause plus anybody that's been around gangs, kings, bloods, nietas, or anything in the early 90s, you know that every time you went to use a phone, there was a bro there. Boom. If two of them, if that, like boom. Yo, don't get close. If you went to talk, if you even picked your hands up while a king was talking, another king would be like, yo, bite, put your hands down while you talk to him. You be like, what the? Put your hands down. Like, facts. Leave it in the comments. I'm lying. It was militant discipline. Do not leave your brother's sight. Never. So while you be on the phone, boom, dudes already know to post up. But I didn't think of it like that. I gotta make the moves quick. I didn't even tell nobody, like, yo, I'm going on the phone. I just went and did me, but I learned real quick. I mean, I kind of knew that already. But I didn't know I think he had like bionic, like facts. Like he read your lips like 3 seconds. Get up! You're going down, right? And so I had to use my strategy, you know what I'm saying? And be like, all right, cool. I could do what I gotta do, pack up, I'm out of here. Like, I'll go anywhere, right? I'm not one of those dudes that be like, see where I'm going, right? Somebody commented that on my thing, because I think I said it somewhere, or they said, or they said they remembered it, however it went. That was one of the funniest things, because dudes always be like, fronting like the biggest gangster and be like, see yo, where I'm going. You feel me? Like, shook. They don't want to leave where they at. But I was willing to leave where I was at. But I wanted to make sure that the homeboy paid. But eventually he did. Cause my man ragged them. Ragged them. They got into it. And my man Ty, which was a 5%er. Shout out to him. They got into a fight. And dudes was like, yo, War, break that up. I said that story before. And that's really why I didn't break it up. I was like, nah, I'm not breaking nothing up, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You feel me? Like, yo, that's your bro, they fighting a fair one. What you mean break that up? You feel me? I'm not breaking nothing up. Facts. Let them get it. So yeah, because I didn't have no proof. And this is the thing that has to do with when you involved in something and y'all both known, you can't just wild out. You gotta come with proof. There was no proof. There's nothing. You feel me? It's like an assumption. Like I'm assuming it was him. What, from a block away he heard you? Ah, but dudes read lips, bro. You know, that didn't mysteriously disappear. Thank God that I was able to, you know, I had bread so much from the money I was getting. I was able to replace that, but it was like a L, like a quick little, like a little, you know, or whatever. And that's when the money was coming through the H like that. Facts. Um, I heard somebody mention in another, I forgot who it was, in a app about Paulie, and that stood on my mind, and that's what made me think about this story too. Again, Paulie was there with me too, but there's two Paulies. There's Paulie the blood, and I don't know if this other Paulie was blood with all the jewelry. Little, they both little. You feel me? So I remember Paulie was in the building too. Everybody at that time was making moves with the Dofa, but that Paulie wasn't in my house. He was in another house towards the mess hall. Uh, he's like my complexion, probably a little. He was slim when I was with him at HDM. This was super early 90s. Like, it could be like 94, 95, or end of 95 or something like that. I'm bad with years, bro. Facts. I don't keep up with that. Like, I've always believed, like, girls do that. But that's before I went to 1B. Everybody knows the story. I said that already. When I was with Dizzy, he was the leader of the Bloods at that time. He was CMC. He came from 3 block to my house. Pop. And they locked him in the back. Like, pop! Hold that. I was in the last cell. But they had like a TV there on this thing. And my last cell, then it went Dizzy, blah, blah, blah. You feel me? And then he had to come out to the catwalk, boom, to use the phone or wherever he was going. So that's the time I got to meet Dizzy. But I don't know what you would have done. You feel me? And if something like that has ever happened to you, I had a question for you guys, and I want to try to remember it though. Oh, the question I wanted to ask you guys is when somebody mentions Rikers Island to you, when somebody says Rikers Island, like if I was to sit in front of you right now and say Rikers Island, can you please comment what is the first thing that comes to your mind? You know, like when dudes are in an interview and dudes be like, uh, uh, Nori, streets, uh, you know, and they mention 6ix9ine, Rat, DJ Academics, Bird, like you feel me, like Rikers Island. smell. It could be the smell. It could be sometimes people, the first thing they see is that cold toilet with a towel around it. So I'm asking you, Rikers Island, keep it real now. Keep it real. Keep it real. It don't gotta be one word. Say what comes to your mind. Rikers Island. Facts. So right now, what's happening in Rikers Island, and this is where the money's at. This is where I wanted to get to, right? I know the story probably took a little long because I had to think about it. Remember, I don't write this down. I do this for you guys, raw dog. Maybe I should start writing it down like all these other guys. No, listen. So they're on a hunger strike out here, and it's getting crazy. So have you ever been in a hunger strike on Rikers Island or any jail? And if there was a hunger strike and you happen to have been locked up, are you gonna go eat or you gonna starve with everybody else? What would you do? Or you gonna, you feel me? Because some hunger strikes dudes be like, we just not going to the mess hall, but they eating in there, they sell eating. You better be a house, like everybody needs to go to the store and be good. You feel me? But dudes ain't gonna hold each other down like that hard. I don't see it. Like, yo, we need 10 soups over here, 16 lower. Yo, Mar 9 needs 27 honey buns. Come on, pa. Let's be realistic. So I've been there when dudes did hunger strikes and they was like whack. I'ma be real, bro. Like dudes gave in, like, yo, I'ma just eat, bro. You feel me? So um a lot of things happen, but leave in the comments, would you eat or would you, I mean, if it's a walk in our house to the mess hall and you go, you bugging. You better be the thoroughest dude in the house. Because when I was there, I'm making sure we rizog you when you come back, right? So I don't know if those are the decisions you want to make. But have you ever been there when that went on? Right? And sometimes I want to let people know because sometimes dudes tell me, like, yo, bro, I only did 5 days, but bro, don't worry about it. Nobody's a better man than you or a bigger man than you because they did 50 years, 30 years, 100 years. It don't mean nothing, right? It just means he got caught, he did more time, or he did something in jail, he had to do more time. It don't make him tougher than you. It don't make him better than you. You feel me? The people we look up to and our heroes, we got them more twisted. Facts. So we need to start reevaluating who we looking up to, because who you look up to and who you admire and be like, wow, that's amazing, that may be who you become.